Hello, and it's Friday the 28th of November. Quite a chilly night, we're out on the Ouse. I've fished twice this week, two blanks to be honest. I fished Tuesday night just for an hour. Really cold, it was frosty, landing net froze up. Had two casts. First cast, nothing happened. Second cast, I did have a couple of rattles which I thought were probably barbel, but I think with the cold conditions like snow melt, sometimes just like mouth the bait rather than eat it. And yeah, it's interesting indication. I'm pretty sure I've worked chub and I'm pretty sure I've worked bream. So, but anyway, I didn't catch. Fished last night with a mate. Fished a couple of pegs. We didn't. I had one rattle and that was it. That could have been anything, to be fair. So I'm out tonight for a couple of hours. What time are we on? 5:15. Probably give it well 8 o'clock. I'm gonna, these sort of nights. I don't like fishing long night sessions, to be honest. I find them a bit sort of boring. I like to be able to look around and watch, wildlife and whatever. And then, when you're sat in dark, you don't see a lot. But yeah, it's a good chance of getting a decent fish. I do find these cold water conditions, if you get a bite, it's often off a barbel, it's often a good one. So that's why I don't mind fishing them. Anyway, just got rod out. It's on a PVA bag, 50mm malarkey boilie. Put about 9 boilies in PVA bag, crushed up. Not really fine, but sort of crushed in half. Boilies paste wrapped. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. Well, we've had our first fish of the evening, not what we're after, a little tiny chub, but first cast, so get slipped back and hopefully a barbel will come along. Well, ready to go out again. That's what we're using, PVA bag, 15mm boilie, malarkey, active bait solutions. Longish hook link, probably getting on 3 foot. Not massively long compared to what some people use. 4-ounce lead, because it's coming up, it's got about 2 metres in it. Probably just over 2 metres, so it's coming up quite a bit today. And yeah, get it chucked out and see if we can get a barbel this time. Take the glasses off. Right, and we're fishing again, so hopefully get back to you with a barbel, or at least a bigger chub anyway. Well, second cast, and we've had a right result. Got a barbel here and it's a bit of a lump. So like I said, these cold water conditions, when you get a bite, it tends to be a big fish. That's why I like fishing them. And this is a big fish. I mean, yeah, it's not holding him very well. Easily a double figure fish. We'll get him weighed. Just resting while we get the scales ready. Get the scales zeroed. That's a good thing with nice deep landing there. You can just rest your fish in edge. There we go, that's zeroed. See what we've got. £11. Well, I've weighed him. He's £11 exactly. Just give him another quick rest before I show you him. And yeah, there we go, cracking barbel. Nice deep winter fish. And yeah, I'm really pleased with that. That's what you call a result. Get him slipped back now. Well, got what I came for. Nice big fat winter barbel. Got the rod back out. Tied a new hook link up, and I've stripped about 5 yards of mono off as well, even though it did feel okay. It did get into some of these. It's obviously it's in a bit of a flood and there's a bit of grass and whatever on edge, and it was in that, so just stripped it off to be better to be safe than sorry, you know. You don't want to hook into another big fish and suddenly break off. Hook still felt sharp, but in winter it's absolutely vital you have sharp hooks because you're not getting the big thumping bites you get in summer. There's literally sometimes they're just mouthing the baits. I had a feeling I was going to get a bite because I did hear a fish roll and it was definitely a barbel. It was a good sized fish, and in these conditions, you know, pike aren't going to be rolling. Pike, when it's in flood like this, pike just tend to stay in a way. So I had a feeling it's probably a barbel. And yeah, so put another PVA bag on, put it back out, and hopefully we'll get another one. And yeah, get back to you with another fish hopefully. Well, from a high to a low, third cast, hooked another barbel, felt another big barbel as well, and it's cut me off. Bit sick about that because it felt another double figure. I mean, you can never say really, but it felt another double figure fish. It's certainly a big fish. It's certainly an £8 plus fish anyway, but it felt heavy. And yeah, I've tackled back up and got it back out, but yeah, it'd have been nice to get it out. At first I thought hook had pulled. It does in winter. You do get a few hook pulls because they're not feeding as hard, and they often just mouth a bait. It's like we just like to suck it like a boiled sweet in a way. We just like to mouth it and get a bit. But this was quite a thumping bite, and picked it up, and it took a couple of yards of line straight off me, and then went slack. Started winding, but then I thought, well, lead in there either, and yeah, it's cut me off. Only good, well, not a good thing, but at least I had stripped some line off, you know, when I had set back up after that first double. Because otherwise I'd have been blaming myself, thinking, oh, I was line nicked. But I'd checked, you know, I'd stripped a few yards off, checked the line. I was quite happy with that. So I'm pretty sure it has just cut me off on like a swan mussel shell or a piece of stick, whatever. You know, there's all sorts on the bottom of rivers. But anyway, it's back out. What time are we on now? 10 to 7. So yeah, hopefully we'll get another one. Well, fourth cast and we've got another barbel. Probably not a monster, probably £6. Got a bit of a resting net, so it's a bit lively. So he'll lie there. Just get a braid out from under him. Yeah, there we go, another barbel. Shame we lost the second one, still upset about that. Get this one back. Well, cast number 5's resulted in a lost fish. Not sure what it was. I think it's probably a big bream, really. It's a bit of a breamy bite. When I picked rod up and it felt quite heavy, and I thought, oh, is it just a barbel? It didn't sort of do anything, but it felt heavy all the way in. I thought it felt a bit too big for a bream, but I suppose there's a bit of flow out there, so yeah. And it was a breamy bite. In fact, although you do sometimes pull out a barbel at this time of year, so it's hard to say, but I'm going to put it down as a bream. I've already lost one barbel tonight, so yeah, this is going to be my last cast anyway. It's gone 8 now. I was only going to fish till 8, but I'll give it well 8:30. I've had bites every cast, so no, I've had loads of casts. I've only had 5 casts, but you know, 5 casts, 5 bites. So yeah, I'm going to give it well 8:30, and then temperature's really dropped. Quite impressed with my new jacket though. My old jacket, my Ridge Monkey, was a bit tired. Zips were starting to wear on it. I had a couple of little rips on it, and then I went past a thorn bush of a week and ripped the sleeve right open. So that was the end of that. So I've bought one of these Snug Pack Fortis, I think it's called, rated to -15. And when I first opened it, I thought, I don't think it's going to be that warm. It just felt a bit too thin, but I've used it on some chilly evenings now, you know, it's dropped below freezing, and yeah, I've not felt the cold at all, so I'm well impressed with it. If I get 3 or 4 seasons out of it, like I did with Ridge Monkey, I'll be well happy. So yeah, this is going to be the last cast. Got a bit leftover bait, I'm going to put all that in. It's important in winter to keep the bait boilies going in, or the switch off them. You know, it takes a couple of sessions to get them back onto them if you stop feeding them in. So I always like to put a few in before I leave. Put quite a bit of bait in anyway, fruit PVA bags tonight, because I've had probably 8 or 9 boilies in each PVA bag, so you know, probably put in 50 or so baits just in PVA bags crushed up tonight. But yeah, so this might be the end of this blog, unless I catch one on this last cast. If it is, thanks for watching, and probably be out tomorrow. I think I'm going to do something different tomorrow. It's not a good forecast, it's going to rain all day tomorrow, so might go on Nid, take a can of lunch and meat, some cheese paste, sit under brolly in a swim and see if I can get a chub or 2. Just fancy doing something. I wanted to go piking, but rivers are going to be too high for that, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see if it's end up blog or not. You know, there might be another fish yet, so if it is, I'll see you then.